Hi, today this video will show you how you can use multi-factor authentication on removable storage devices using a smart card. So before I begin, let's show you the external components we'll be using in the video. This is a hardware encryption device, and you can see that to mount this device you need to enter a password or a sequence of these numbers onto the keypad and then connect it to the USB port, and it'll mount. And this is what a smart card environment might look like. You may not have this, it may be built in your computer, but this looks kind of like a credit card, and this little chip right here gets read by the reader and then into the Windows operating system. So I just put a self-signed cert on that card, but in real life, a real smart card, if you pass them out to your employees, might look like this. Or if you're in the military, the smart card is usually called a CAC card, CAC, Common Access Card. And you can see that there's a lot of information that they can print on the card itself, but a lot of the information is on this little chip right here. And so that's what we're going to show you today. So secRMM, the product, is all about controlling and auditing removable storage access. And you can run the product on a standalone computer. So if I come in here, I'm going to turn this require smart card checkbox on. Okay, and so now the product, when you mount a removable storage device, that means a regular old thumb drive, a mobile device, or like I'm showing you today, these hardware encryption devices, it's going to prompt us for the smart card. Okay, so let me plug in the password on this device, and then I'm going to mount it to the computer. Okay, so now I'm plugging it in. Now the LEDs have gone on, the operating system's read it, and you can see that the operating system flashes Windows Explorer for a moment, but then it goes away and it puts this prompt up. So as the end user, it's telling me, do you have your smart card to authenticate? And if I click the yes button, it's going to go out to the card. It takes a second for it to pull up the interface. And typically on these smart cards, you'll have more than one security certificate. So you can see it lists them here. So if I want to pick a different cert, and again, this is just a test card for me. So I would choose this and say okay. And now it's going to ask me for the password. So put in the password or the PIN. And now the device mounts, and if I want to copy some data, just copy a file. Okay, so now all I can do, if I'm done copying files to the device, I can just pull it out of the system. So what does that look like? As a security administrator, especially for these types of devices, it's important to know that, well, I authenticated on the actual device itself by typing in the password on the keypad, and now I have what they call multi-factor authentication, because I've also had to provide credentials via the smart card before I can use the device. So here, this 700 just says that somebody changed one of the properties. So this just says that we turn this property on. So again, secRMM is also monitoring the administrator as they change policies. And again, we're doing this demo on a standalone computer, but in production or in customers that use secRMM are managing the product centrally, and they deploy the policies, out to hundreds and thousands of computers. Okay, so here is the moment where I plugged in the encrypted hard drive, and then that little prompt came up. So it's important for the security administrator to know whether the user, and again, I'm running as an admin, but this will probably be an end user, that what did they do? What action did they take? So we log whether they clicked yes or whether they clicked no. And then you can see that a 400 to secRMM means it's an online event. And we have all the metrics here for the device itself. And then you can see at the bottom, we have the additional smart card info. Okay, and then we wrote a file to the device. We wrote this file. Okay, and then we unplugged it. So we can look at that. This is a little tool from secRMM that just kind of makes it easy to look at the data. But I want to take this data and let me just show you what that looks like. So again, just by turning that checkbox on, we can add another layer of authentication for access to removable storage devices. And it's very simple to implement. And if you have smart cards that you give to your employees, or if you're in the military, this is the data that you can pass to the security administrators to see when an end user goes to use a removable storage device. And especially nowadays, that includes if they USB mount a mobile device. Okay, thank you for your time today, and have a great day.